my half fam. Half fam. Now, you know it brings me no pleasure to say this at all. However, half fam, your Celtics, half fam, are full ass. I mean, seriously, find me a more disappointing, unprepared, and unmotivated team than the Celtics. I'm going to wait. Yeah, I'm right here. I'll wait. Find me a bigger coaching mismatch in the history of the NBA playoffs. I'll wait for that too. Because that's exactly what that feels like. This feels like one of the best coaches to ever do it against a guy who should never have been allowed to coach in the NBA at all. But as overmatched, and he's completely overmatched, as Joe Mazzulla is, in no way am I going to let the rest of the Celtics off the hook. In fact, I want to do the opposite because this is on them way more than it's on their overwhelmed head coach. It's the dudes on the court who spit the bit. It's the dudes on the court who quit last night. It's the dudes in uniform who have shown absolutely no fight or heart or grit in this series. And they did quit. They did. There's no question about that. Now, you know me. I don't throw that word around lightly because calling a professional athlete a quitter is essentially the worst thing you could ever say about a pro athlete. I'm not about that. I'm not about the hot take factory. I'm not about Mount Rushmore. I'm not about just laying out and calling people quitters. I'm saying it this morning because they're quitters. It's true. They quit. They didn't just quit in a conference finals game. They quit in a game 3, a must-win game in the conference finals. And they quit before the end of the third quarter of the game 3. And you know why they did that? Do you know why they quit? Because they're quitters. And that's not just me punching the clock on the assembly line at the Hot Take Factory. Don't just take my word for it, even though I'm right. But if you need a more credible source than yours truly, I've got no problem getting that for you. How about this? How about Irv? Is that credible enough? I mean, yes, Irv, talking about Magic Johnson, Irv does tweet out his ass more often than not, but not last night. Last night, dude was on one. He tweeted, quote, "In my 44 years of being associated with the NBA, I never thought that I'd see a Boston Celtics team, a franchise with 17 championships, quit. I know Celtics fans all over the world must be disgusted and devastated. The Miami Heat blew them out, 128-102 in Game 3. End of tweet. Irv is right. Boston quit. And then after they quit, they were shown up by their own scrubs in garbage time, who played with way more heart and effort and intensity than any of the Boston alphas or starters have, really at any point in this series. So there are implications now. Implications and blowback for everybody involved. And that's the way it should be. Right or not, Joe Mazzulla is going to wear a lot of this. Most of it, if not all of it. He'll get most of the heat. However, and he deserves it. However, he's not helping himself at all in these post-game pressers. Remember, after Game 1, we had to hear him go on about how the team was, in fact, prepared. That the team actually won 3 of the 4 quarters, but then just simply let go of the rope.
We were prepared, and then we let go of the rope.
Like an all-time bad take from a guy who was clearly in way over his head. I said at the time, no credit for winning 3 out of 4 quarters. As a good friend of mine pointed out, what is this, the CBA? They don't keep score at the end of every quarter. You don't get points for wins in quarters like the CBA back in the day. Then last night, he doubled down. He flat out admitted. I mean, it's one thing to say we won 3 of the 4 quarters, but just let go of the rope. Last night, he flat out said there is, in fact, a disconnect between he and his team, and he's not sure why that is or even how to fix it. That's about the closest you're ever going to hear a head coach to admitting that he lost his team in the middle of a playoff series. Hey, yo, Brad Stevens, you think maybe you might just want to tap yourself in for Game 4? Because your dude is cooked. The dude that you yourself gave that job to full-time back in February. And somebody should tell Joe Mazzulla that, quote, I don't know, is not a great answer to keep going back to.
Not sure.
Sure. I'm not sure. That's not an answer that you want to keep going back to. He doesn't know why, or he's not sure why the team let go of the rope in game one. And he's not sure why they stopped listening to him by the third quarter of game three. But what are you sure of, dude? If you're not sure of those things, exactly what the hell are you sure of? What do you know? I'm not sure. Let's not get into that yet. I'm not sure. So back to what I just said.
Not sure.
You do you, Jack. I like it, man. He's aggressive and confident on that board. He's Jack Savage. No, I mean that, dude. Do it. Dude, do not get timid on me now. Do whatever the hell you want, Jack. I mean this sincerely. From me to you, I probably should have had this conversation with you before you actually sat in that chair. I mean this, bro. Do whatever you want. Hit any button you want. What's the worst that could happen besides you and I getting fired? Good. I like it. I like that, dude. Be aggressive. Be aggressive. I should have had this conversation with you off the air, but I'm having it with you right now, son, on the air. Do whatever the hell you want. You have my permission. So back to what I was saying. The problem with just running this dude, Mazzulla, into the chipper and firing him is that the Celtics had just ripped off the interim tag and gave him that extension back in February, a.k.a. 3 months ago. So you're asking Brad Stevens, theoretically, to break off a dude that he just named his full-time head coach 3 months ago. And not only named him the head coach, but issued the following statement at that time. Quote, as he has shown, Joe is a very talented coach and leader. He has a unique ability to galvanize a room around a mission. End of quote. Oops, excuse me, my bad.
Oh, excuse me, my bad.
Is he showing any of that right now? He has a unique ability to galvanize the room around a mission. Yeah, as long as the mission is getting your asses kicked every night and then quitting. If that's the mission, nobody's better at it. What an incredible statement. Nobody is better at galvanizing a team and rallying the troops around the mission, as long as the mission is getting your ass kicked and quitting. Incredible statement. I mean, what a complete, and this is my half fam. I'm half chowed. This is my half fam. So believe me, I take no joy in this. What a complete and utter dumpster fire. Remember, this Celtics team entered this series as an overwhelming favorite. They've actually been favored in every single game. They were 4.5-point favorites last night, and they still wound up waving Jason Tatum's horrible white Miami Vice suit around in surrender before the start of the fourth quarter. By the way, Jay, the hell kind of fit is that? What were you thinking with that? You know, feel good, look good, play good, get paid good, that whole Dion thing back in the day. Feel like crap, play worse. Or look like crap, feel worse, play worse. However you want to put it, man. What were you thinking going with that fit? That backfired. 2 seconds ago, the Celtics looked like they were on the brink of a championship. Now they look like a franchise that is completely and totally broken. But hey, that's what happens when you get got by heat culture. That's what happens when you get got by Himmy buckets. And Gaucho Gabe Vincent, my man, my dude, a freaking legend. How about that, Gaucho? My guy Gabe, 11 of 14 last night, 6 of 9 from beyond the arc. Poured in 29, was the leading scorer in the entire game. Gaucho Gabe outscored Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, a.k.a. Robin and Robin, combined. Last night, Gabe was as tremendous as the Celtics were horrendous. It's an amazing thing to watch a dude reach his full potential, and this is an entire team of dudes reaching their full potential. More than anything else, this is the very definition of heat culture. Squeezing the most out of every single dude who suits up. I tweeted about this last night. If you have an entire room full of guys who self-actualize and reach their potential, that's a powerful thing, man. That is dangerous. And nobody exemplifies heat culture like Gaucho Gabe, another undrafted player. Like, I want to say, where the hell do they find these guys? There's so many of them. They had 7 players last night who played 20 or more minutes, and only 3 were drafted. It's an incredible stat. And Gabe, I love the way my guy showed up. I love the way he showed up on the floor, and then I love the way he tried to keep it classy in the postgame on the inside the NBA desk. I also love how my guy Chuck was not having any of it and was not going to let Gabe do it. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the bell to be the first to know when we do upload a new video.